All right, hello and welcome to this video. In today's video I'm going to show you guys the second optional assignment that we've got. It's about custom error handling and for data validation. So this is a pretty simple one, I would say. It got a few lines of code, and yeah, I'll start at the top. So, the challenge is to create a function that takes a dictionary, for example, representing user data, and validates it. The function should check for missing keys or invalid data types. And then the advanced twist is, instead of just printing an error, the function should raise a custom exception. In example, validation error, with a specific informative message. The main program should then use a try except block to catch this custom error and handle it gracefully. So, that's what I've done. To begin with, here at the top, I've defined a custom error called validation error. This inherits from the built-in exception class from Python. So it functions like an exception, basically. And I've just written pass since I don't want any attributes or methods associated with this class. Then I have a validate data function, which takes in user data that's the type dictionary. It then has a predefined list with all the keys that the dictionary should have. Then I just loop through every key in this list up here, and I check if not the key is in the user data's keys. So if the user data that gets passed in doesn't contain one of these keys, then I raise my custom validation error and add a message that says the user data is missing the key and the specified key thanks to the f string. Else, if the user data has the keys, then it just checks if the key is data, and I check if not the user data at the key data is a list. If it's not a list, or not everything in that list, basically, is what this does. If everything in the list is not a dictionary, because the data section should be a list full of dictionaries. That's the goal, that's the point. If they're not, then again I raise my custom validation error with a custom message that says the user data has invalid data types. The value of the key, thanks to the f string, should be a list of dictionaries, as I explained earlier. Then, if if the key is in the user data's keys, no, sorry, yeah, if the key is in user data's key, then it goes to the next one, and if the key is not data, then we come down here to the else, and this basically checks if the value at that key is not a string. Then I raise my custom validation error again, and printing the user data has invalid data types. The value at the specific key should be a string. So that's my validate data function. It may make a lot more sense when I go through the main function. For example, here you can see some examples of the user data that I pass to this function. The first one, user data 1, is a dictionary with all the keys created, last updated, author, data, and description, which is all required, so that's good. Then all of the values except for data should be strings, which the created is not. It's an integer. So this hopefully should raise my custom validation error inside this function. And the data is a list of dictionaries. It should be that, and it is that. So that's all good. Then the next user data still has all the required keys. All of the values are strings, except for the data, which is a list of dictionaries, which is correct. So this should not raise the custom validation error. This should be all good. And then the last, which you can clearly see is missing 2 of the required keys. It doesn't have the created key and neither the description key. So this should also raise an exception as the first one. Then in the same, still in the main function, I try to pass in the user data inside my own function, and if an validation error gets raised inside my own function, then I just catch that error and print user data 1 is invalid. Check after missing keys or invalid data types. And as before, some of the strings that get printed to the console that the user sees is in Swedish, and the other things I've kept in English, such as keys, dictionary keys, variable names, etc. Just so you guys know. Anyways, if there was no validation error inside this function, then it just proceeds down to the next line and prints user data 1 is validated and is accepted. So that's all good. It's validated and accepted data, basically. So then I just try the exact same thing for the rest of the user datas. So for all 3. And then down here I just run the main function if the code is executed from this file, basically. So, what are we expecting to see in the console when I run this? Well, we expect to get user data 1. User data 1 should raise the custom validation error, since one of the values is not a string. User data 2, on the other hand, is perfectly fine and should not raise the custom validation error. And user data 3 is clearly missing some keys, so it should also raise the validation error, like user data 1. So I'll run this and we'll check the output. And yeah, as we guessed, user data 1 is invalid. Check for missing keys or invalid data types. Since user data 1 has an invalid data type, an integer as the value, and not a string like it should be, then user data 2 is validated and is accepted, as we guessed, since there's no missing keys and the data types are correct. And user data 3 is invalid. Check for missing keys or invalid data types. And yeah, this one is missing some keys. So yeah, that's the whole program. That's the optional assignment that we got. And it works flawlessly, as expected. So it's all good. And that's basically it. Oops. Yeah, that's basically it for this video. Quite a short one, I'm guessing. But, well, maybe it's maybe around 10 minutes or so. Let me check. Yeah, 12 minutes. It's alright. It's quite a simple one. Hope you guys understood when I was going through it and explaining how I did it. And I hope you guys learned something new, hopefully. So yeah, that's it. Please leave a like if you learned something, or just found this entertaining maybe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. So bye bye.